exciting race coming up at Santa Anita. And
oh, yeah, this one should be good.
we're going to try to help you guys figure out who to put your money on in this one.
Yeah, cut through the noise, so to speak.
The China Doll Stakes coming up on March 23rd.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
5 fillies.
Yep.
It's a $100,000 purse.
Yep, a good one to break down.
And we've got some good sources to pick apart here.
Absolutely.
Bridgemet and Equibase, of course, for past performances.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Racing Form report really dug into the specific race.
Really helpful stuff.
So we're going to try to synthesize all that and give you guys the best look possible at who's going to do well.
Yeah, let's figure out who the smart money's on here.
Yeah. So why don't we just start off by introducing the field?
All right.
We've got 5 fillies. Tequilaandtherapy.
Okay.
That's number 1.
Yep.
Casalu, number 2.
Uh-huh.
Amarito, number 3.
Yep.
Take Another Card, number 4.
Okay.
And then Will, then at number 5.
All right, I'm looking at the past performances now.
Yeah, so one thing that really jumps out at me is all 3 of our sources seem to be pointing to the same horse here.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, Casalu is the one to beat in this race.
Number 2,
Yeah.
Casalu. Yeah, she seems to be...
And you look at Brisnet, you look at the racing form, they both have her as the highest prime power rating in the field.
Yeah, that prime power is interesting, right? It's not just about how fast they've run.
Right, exactly. It incorporates the level of competition, the class of the races, and tries to adjust for all that.
So it's kind of a holistic look at
Exactly.
at their talent level.
Like, how good is this horse? And she comes out on top.
Yeah, and it's a pretty big number, too, like 154.6.
Yeah, that's a significant advantage over the rest of the field.
And then you look at her speed figures, and again, she's right up there.
Right, her speed last race is a 90.
90, yep, according to both Brisnet and the Racing Form.
And if you look back at her past performances, she's just so consistent. 3 wins, 2 seconds, a third, and 8 starts.
Yeah, that's really solid.
You can really count on her to show up.
And she's already won a stakes race, too, right?
Oh, yeah,
The
definitely.
Sweet Life Stakes.
She took that one down, and it was a pretty competitive field.
So she's proven she can handle the pressure of a stakes race.
Right, and she likes the turf, too. 5 starts on the turf, 2 wins, 2 seconds.
Yeah, she's definitely comfortable on this surface.
And you can't forget about the connections. Bob Baffert is her trainer, and Flavien Prat is riding her.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough combo to beat.
Like a dream team, right?
Baffert's a Hall of Famer. Prat's one of the top jockeys in the country.
And the numbers back it up. Baffert has a 31% win rate.
Wow, that's impressive.
Prat's right up there, too, with a 30% win rate.
Yeah, so you've got a horse that's talented and in form.
Absolutely.
And you've got one of the best trainers in the world and one of the best jockeys.
I mean, on paper, it's really hard to find a reason to bet against her.
Yeah, she seems like the complete package.
The racing form actually goes so far as to call her a lock to win.
A lock, huh?
That's how high they are on her.
But anything can happen in horse racing.
Oh, of course. That's what makes it so exciting.
So we got to look at the rest of the field and see if there's anyone who could potentially challenge her.
Right, who could upset the apple cart.
And it looks like the experts have identified a couple of horses who could give her a run for her money.
Yeah, there's a couple that stand out.
Take Another Card is one they seem to like.
Yeah, number 4, she's got the second highest prime power rating.
137.9, which is still a good number.
Yeah, she's definitely talented.
And the Racing Form mentions that she won the California Cup Oaks.
Right, at this distance, a mile on the turf.
So she's proven she can handle the trip.
Definitely.
And she's been improving on the turf, too.
Right. The racing form says her turf figures are consistently getting better.
And Brisnet has her best speed at dist at 87.
Which means she's capable of running a fast race at this distance.
And she actually raced against Casalu and Amarito recently.
Yeah, she finished 3rd in that race, but she had a bit of a rough trip.
Oh, yeah. Equibase says she stumbled at the start and then got caught on the inside.
Yeah, she had to angle out wide in the stretch.
And still managed to finish 3rd.
Which is pretty impressive, all things considered.
So maybe she could have even done better with a cleaner trip.
Possibly, yeah.
And the Racing Form is really high on her chances to finish in the top 2.
They've got her as a high confidence pick for the Exacta.
Okay, so she's definitely one to watch.
Absolutely a major player in this race.
All right, let's move on to Amarita, number 3.
Okay, so Amarita is interesting because of her running style.
Yeah, she's a front runner.
Right. The racing form says she put in a big effort last time out going wire to wire.
And that was against some of these same horses, right?
Yep, they all raced on February 21st, and she beat a lot of them.
Yeah, and Equibase has her with a speed figure of 98 in that race.
So he can definitely run.
And she's got a good trainer in Richard Mandela.
Right. He's a top trainer with a 22% win rate.
Yeah, and Juan Hernandez is riding her. He's also got a 22% win rate.
And they're both considered high percentage connections by Brisnet.
So she's got the speed, she's got the connections.
So what's the catch?
Well, the Racing Form says her figures might be regressing slightly.
Ah, so maybe that last race was a bit of a fluke.
Maybe, and they only have moderate confidence in her to win.
And they say that's really only if the pace is slow.
Yeah, if she gets an easy lead, she could be tough to catch.
But if someone challenges her early, she might not have enough left in the tank.
So she's a bit of a question mark.
Yeah, it really depends on how the race unfolds.
Okay, let's see who else we've got.
We've got Will Then at number 5.
Well, then, yeah, she's an interesting one.
She's a closer.
And the racing form says she won the Grade 3 Jimmy Durante flying late.
That's a big win.
And she's got the best late pace rating in the field.
So she can really close.
If she gets the right setup, she could be dangerous.
The problem is she's had a pretty long layoff.
Yeah, it's been a while since she's raced.
But her trainer, Jonathan Thomas, is good at getting horses ready off layoffs.
He's got a 27% win rate in stakes races.
So that's encouraging.
But the racing form says she needs an early pace battle to maximize her late run.
So she needs the other horses to tire each other out.
And then she can come flying late and steal the win.
That's the hope, anyway.
So she's a long shot, but she's got potential.
Right, a live long shot, for sure.
And then finally, we've got Tequilaandtherapy.
Right, number 1.
She's got some decent speed figures.
Yeah, Brisnet has her speed last race at 86.
But she's been beaten by both Casalu and Amarita recently.
Yeah, she just doesn't seem to be in the same class as those two.
And the racing form doesn't even mention her as a contender.
So it looks like she's facing an uphill battle.
Yeah, she's probably a long shot to even hit the board.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, so we've got a pretty clear picture of the field now.
Yeah, it seems like Casalu is the one to beat with Take Another Card as the main challenger.
And then Amarita and Will then could be factors depending on the pace.
Right, and Tequilaandtherapy is probably a long shot.
So what are the racing form's betting recommendations?
They're pretty straightforward for straight bets. They like Casalu to win, Take Another Card to place, and Amarita to show.
Makes sense. And for the exotics.
They recommend an exacta box with Casalu and Take Another Card, a trifecta box with those 2 plus Amarita, and then a superfecta with those 3 plus Will Then.
Okay, so they're really keying on those top 4 horses.
Yeah, they think those are the most likely to hit the board.
And it's a small field too, so anything can happen.
Right, the racing form says trip dynamics and rider intent are absolutely critical in a race like this.
So it's not just about who's the fastest horse.
It's about who gets the best trip, who avoids traffic trouble, and who has the best jockey.
So even though Casalu looks like a standout on paper, there's still plenty of intrigue in this race.
Definitely a lot can happen between now and the finish line.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one plays out.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to watch.
So for you listening out there, who do you think is going to win? Who are you most intrigued by?
And what kind of bets are you going to make?
We've given you the expert opinions. Now it's your turn to make your picks.
Good luck.
Good luck.